So, welcome everyone. This is Joe. I'll be hosting today's AMA on October 26th. Thank you for joining. And as you probably saw in the announcement, we will be talking about important team, but also project updates. As we previously mentioned, the DeFi Collective, also known as the TDC, or just TDC, which is a group of industry titans who have recognized the magnitude of what we are proposing to do, now has an active role in helping us get the funding that we need. With a new brand identity and a website underway, the team is excited to show you an updated look and feel to the project in the next few weeks. Will take a little bit, but we're really excited to show you guys the new updates. So with this and other developments happening in the project, the transition to C2, as you have heard in our previous AMAs and announcements, we have sent an email to our private sale contributors. This message was to further understand if they would like to convert it Unbox in totality to C2 or reclaim half, or just get their whole allocation back plus a 10%. So we have had a great reception so far in regard to that, both in the email, but also here in the Telegram group with our Unbox community. So the vast majority of the responses we have received were to convert all of their allocations to C2. Now I'm talking to you if you were a private sale contributor. Remember to reply to the email sent by unboxed@unbox.team. If you cannot find this email, if you look through the trash, if you look through the spam folder, everywhere and you couldn't find it, but you should have gotten it, then please let us know here in the group. You can tag me or whatever other moderators for us to make sure that you get this email. So our intention with this email and this message was to give you opportunities to be active in these decisions, giving you time and information to make the best decision for yourself. But in order to stay on course with our timeline, if you don't reply to the email, as we have pointed it out in our message, we will understand as if you have chosen to convert all of your Unboxed to C2. So here's how it's going to work. If you have decided to reclaim your allocation partially or the whole allocation, we'll start this process after this Friday, October 28th, because by then we will have received everyone's answers and we want to make sure that we've got them before we start moving forward. So if you have decided to convert your allocation into C2, first of all, that's great. We're very happy that you are around for this C2 ride with us. And for those who have expressed interest in adding to their already existing allocation, spoiler alert, a friends and family round is coming soon if you want to join us or contribute more. This will happen in the next few weeks, so keep an eye on your announcements and also here in our chat. So with all this that has been happening behind the scenes and the connections that we have been making, we have been receiving lots of validation about how much of a need there is for what we are building and how much excitement there is to see all of this ecosystem, the C2 ecosystem, come to fruition, to flourish. We anticipate the C2 launch that it will be taking place within 6 to 12 months, though it could happen sooner. With moving forward, not just with that, with the launch and giving you more information about our new schedule, we will update you on our progress regularly so you can track us. And in the first week of every month, like we have been doing so far, we'll continue posting our monthly financial reports on Medium. You can check all these links on our website. And in the third week, we will have an AMA. This doesn't mean that we cannot talk or have extra AMAs. If there's something important or something exciting, there's always the possibility of scheduling more calls with you. But until now, we have had AMAs bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks, we come here and we bring someone, or like today, we have updates. What will be happening now will be that we'll have one AMA every month on the third week of the month. So let me just check here the chat to see. Okay, no questions so far, lots of gifts. I love Vikings excitement. I would like to know if there's anyone here that has questions, or if there's anyone from the team that would like to add to something.
Ah, the magic words. Okay, let's start it off simply then. Why is there such a large time taken for C2 to launch? Uh, in regards to when we're getting the allocations out, obviously for the friends and family as well as for the team.
A big part of this is because we have to essentially build our own chains that fits the metric and the special niche that we are having, as well as for some parts of the ecosystem or majority of the ecosystem to be accessed. You we also need a physical product that is a consumer product that is also under development that needs to be put to market and yeah, essentially secured and everything. So with that in mind, things can go faster once you hit the right people and with the right everything. But it can also take longer time because there's things you didn't see coming, which is why we have a little bit of a broader um, time frame of estimation.
Okay, it's rather a big gap though. I assume the team will be keeping the community up to date, so I won't worry too much about that. Um, so what are sort of things are we really going to expect from C2 in comparison to the original unboxed token?
Um, So first of all, there will be 21 million coins in this case, and not tokens. First of all, it will not have a reflection function as Unbox will used to have. The allocations will change quite a lot as this is a bigger project and bigger funding and bigger works is set into play. Although I must add that we're making sure that any of our prior investors are more than fairly taken care of in this manner. I think people will be happy once they see what we have in store. Um, but it it's essentially you go from a token that was supposed to be the fundraising to build the ecosystem of C2, and now we're going directly for the jugular and go for building C2 ecosystem to start with instead of going through the unbox route.
Thanks to the
Okay,
DeFi Collective, yes, that's the direction we are going.
yes, that's very interesting indeed, and I'm very glad that you managed to find them. Um, my next question, I suppose, then, is really the key one when it comes to having your own chain. What sort of projects are you looking to attract to using the C2 chain, or is it just a chain that's specifically for yourselves?
Everything, essentially. Um, I know that that's a large claim and will have to be proven over time. Uh, but as, so when we were writing the patents for C2 technology, we were very lucky to have a extremely experienced CEO that is a leader in the field of digging for what we call foundational technology. And I tell you what, man, he would not let us rest. He kept saying things like, you're doing good. It's a great idea and all, but there's something deeper. Find it. And so when we finally found it, we finally found what the roots of essentially cryptocurrency are. That's when he got excited, and that's when he started writing patents. And so, but because of that, because what we have is actually foundational technology, we're not building layers on top of anything, not really even Bitcoin. We're essentially rewriting the cryptosphere. That's why we're called C2. It's Cryptosphere 2.0. And so because of that, we do expect to essentially, this is what we feel is kind of a blockbuster event. You know, it's do you join forces with Netflix, or do you die with Blockbuster? And I'm sure there's many projects that will be able to do their own thing and continue on. However, we do feel that we have a technology that we can spread evenly across the board and help bolster everyone. So that I hope that answers your question.
I want to add a little bit on top of that. That like any service provider that would need identity verification, like the Comax, like and any like banking services. I'm talking foreign corporations. I'm talking commodities exchanges. Anything that has anything that has value-backed transactions that needs verification of identity, or you can also choose. There is not necessarily that happens every time because there is anonymity built into it as well.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for the answer. I do appreciate it. That'll be it for me from now. I'm sure the team has more to add.
Um, okay, I see that Viking unmuted himself. Does anyone have more questions or would like to add anything?
Well, I have a question for Ganya. What do you mean the team has more to add? Is was there a specific topic that we should add more upon, or is that more of a
No,
general
no, it's
thing?
just that usually everyone's so talkative and lively. So I was hoping you'd take it from there, but if not, then no worries.
Well, we did. We're not 100% complete, but we do have our fourth patent essentially being tidied up at the moment. It is written. It is, yeah, it's it's massive, but unfortunately we cannot talk about it until we have it at least provisionally filed. So that would be one thing to add, is that yes, we are still moving forward, and just because we've completed writing the fourth patent does not mean that we're stopping. In fact, Suryan has his own that he's embarking upon at the moment, and is getting some serious headway with. And we do have a couple others. One of our moderators has a great idea that she's now realizing what C2 can do for other areas in the market. And so she is deciding to embark upon a patent herself as well. Yeah, it's essentially what you would call a green field. It's not one of those areas where you have to really find a niche where you could fit in that maybe nobody wrote anything about. What we're really encountering with crypto right now is that you know, it's essentially a bunch of free thinkers, albeit they are I would not call them uneducated, but I would call them maybe they didn't think fully into the sphere of, hey, I want to claim this territory for myself. I want to claim that territory for the company or for whatever. But reviewing crypto patents, what we've found is actually a lot of Chinese patents, to be honest, and they run on along the lines of shoes plus blockchain, donuts plus blockchain, gates plus blockchain, tile plus blockchain, and so there are many patents out there, but none of them are substantial. None of them are going for foundational technology, and let's put it this way: our CEO is very excited about that. He calls it a green field, and it is. So we can essentially just continue building, and establishing actual methods that others can use and build crypto into a much better, safer, and easier market with much less friction, much less frustration. You can literally kiss fraud goodbye with these patents, and so we feel this is a very interesting point in history.
I guess that's very powerful. Perfect way to end up our AMA today. If no one has anything else to add, feel free. But I would just like to make sure for everyone to know that this recording also comes with a recap that will be out today. And I would like to thank everyone that showed up today and that asked questions. Thank you, Ganio. And I replied to them. Thank you, team. And we hope this AMA has been successful, helpful, and yes, thank you everyone for joining today. See you around.